Welcome to today's tutorial. I'm with Eileen Sila, my student and Sarah, secretary at Benlix Media. Today I want to just show you how to draw something cool, and I know at the end of the class you will have something to smile about, designing something cool. So this is the Benlix Media logo, and now this is coming in. Designing poster has been just simple as this. You can look at this flyer. This is a flyer, and this flyer is just but a simple flyer. Of course, it has no background, but I want to think about something cool for background. So today I'll be showing you how to design something similar to this, or maybe with a background. But for today, let me just work on plain background. A plain background is whereby you cannot see anything behind the subject. The subject is the main image of what you are doing, and therefore a plain color behind subject is what we want to do. On today's tutorial, I'm much concerned about designing something very cool, pertaining, being simple, and drawing something very cool, very simple. So what am I going to do? I just go direct to my Photoshop. I remember this video is coming you courtesy of Benlix Media, and it is done freely and for the purpose of education. If you want to get a official poster or a flyer or a banner, anything designed by Photoshop, you can just email us, or you can just talk to us directly via info@benlixmedia.co.ke, and we'll get in touch to you. Or very soon I will be opening a Flavor or Fever account where you will be able to add your request, and then you submit your material, and everything worked on very fast. So welcome. This is what we want to design. Remember, in the previous video I showed you how to do something cool as pertaining drawing, or as pertaining designing a poster. But for today I just show you how to design this cool something. So one thing I want you to know: if you don't know how to create new document, you can just inbox Erin to assist you. But we have done a previous video on how to design, how to open and close a file or a document inside Adobe Photoshop. So I just go direct to File. I create a new file. Today I want us to do 1000 times 1000 document. So this will be 1000 times 1000 document. This is what I'm looking for. I use 100 pp for resolution. The reason for this is because I want a smooth work down on the page. So I just create. Remember, you can change your resolution ahead of editing or ahead of your work. After you have done your work, you can change your resolution. So for today, I'll just go about with 100. So I'll create. So you expect to get something like this. I press Ctrl minus to zoom in, Ctrl plus to zoom out, and Ctrl minus to zoom in. So I want it somewhere there. So for today's tutorial, I'm just very fast because time is not on our side. Remember, as usual, we are happy to introduce new stuff every now and then, and we want you to continue supporting us by watching and subscribing to our work. Like, comment, and make us beautiful and happy of what we are doing. Remember, I have to create a gradient, so I come here. A gradient is another color of a background. A gradient is similar to background color. So I just come here. I open something cool for gradient, like yes. So I'll open solid color. I want to work with the most previous, so I'll just come for that. Okay, so is it for that or for what? Is it for that or for what? Sometimes if you don't know the color code of the video that you want to do, you can also go direct to a picture and open it using Adobe Photoshop, and after that you can just go direct to what you want to do. So this is the gradient of what work we are doing. and this gradient has been modified and created by Adobe Photoshop. Remember, I showed you a gradient solid color is just as similar as a background color, only that when you delete a gradient or a solid color, you will also remain with a white background. For example, if I delete this one, it will remain a white background. So I edit and go back to return this file, and then after that I'll do very simple steps. Number one, I'll go to shapes. Remember, in our previous video I showed you with Irene how to add new shapes. So I just click here and add my shape. I'll add my shape here, and then I'll take it that direction. I'll close. This color is not what I expected, so I'll press the shape, come here and press there, and come here and change the color to whichever I want. So I want to use white, so I'll press white and do it like that one. I also want to have a duplicate of this one. Remember, my student, when you want to duplicate anything inside Adobe Photoshop, you'll press Ctrl and J to duplicate. So I want to change the color of the previous, or the color of the background into yellow. So I have two layers here. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm doing here. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm doing. So remember, I duplicated. I have two shapes. I have two shapes because I pressed Ctrl J to duplicate. So with these two shapes, you can either, because you want to use this one as an eye opener, I'll just take that upside and then I'll drop this one to that point. So can you be able to know what I've done really? I have two shapes, one behind and a white and yellow. So the yellow one is just behind. I carried the white to the top so that they can be at the top, and I want this layer to be very small, so that's why I'm hiding the yellow color. So immediately after that, I'll go direct to my background image. Of course, I'll go here and carry this image. I'll drop it there. After I drop it there, I can just start erasing. So I'll do erase. I don't know what exactly is happening here. Maybe my mouse is misbehaving. So, but you'll forgive me for that. So I'll come here and do what? And I select this erase tool. I'll try to minimize it, and I will start to wrap this picture. Of course, this is what I was expecting. So I'll come here and start writing. I'm writing now. I'm adding a text. So I'll write fees. And then remember, I'll have to change this color. Last time our secretary Sarah was but laughing at me, telling me that I love using yellow color. So for today, I'll not use yellow, I'll use white. So I write fish there and drop something cool for benevolence. Benevolence. After that, I'll have to balance it. So remember, to balance it, you have to come here, select this star, and start moving your object. So fish benevolence has been already set, but let me just play around with Sarah, because I wanted to make sure that I design something cool exactly like what you designed. So I'll just use that color, even though Sarah does not want to see it. I just use that color for the purpose of maintaining what I drew first and making sure that exactly what I drew is what I do. So I have to keep on. You can just minimize. You can just make yellow as big as you want. But for today, I want to use something cool, especially something like that. So I love here to write a date. I'll write date. So the date is on the 5th. Remember, this Arambe will be for the purpose of support for Pastor Bernard Mambua, who is studying at Pan-African Christian University and doing Bachelor of Arts in the Bible and Theology. So immediately after that, I'll just select this color white so that it will match the previous edit. So after that, I will also squeeze it to that corner and start writing time. So the time will be 10 Time will be 2 p.m. So the 2 p.m. will be written like that one, and then I will address it to, you can just use whichever color you want, whichever area you want, or whichever handwriting you want. You can just make sure you choose whichever thing you want. So I'll choose that one, and after choosing that one, I have this good writing. So for today, let me just use this one. So I'll use that handwriting. I'll again choose what I want to add, something like a date. But before I put, I have date. Before I put, I want to add something like location. So I'll just press this T and put location. So I write it will be at Silla Gardens, or Silla Garden, and then I will have to change and transform color to red. Wow, this is getting some good handwriting. It is becoming something cool. I don't know whether you can see it is becoming something cool. Okay. Irene is laughing at me because I'm making some mistakes. I can see, even you can see the mistakes. So on this tutorial, remember, we want to just help you understand how, as Irene continues to learn how to do some graphic design, you will also know how to edit your own samples and the things at your own. So I'll go direct to my new folder stuff, and I want to look for something. What I want to look for is an icon for mapping. Yes, this is what I want. So I'll just drop it there. Wow, it is just very nice. So I'll drop it there. I will put it there. Remember, this is a professional design. Remember, this is a professional poster. So you will have to use some professional things. So I want to add the location of this Silla Gardens. So Silla Gardens is located behind, opposite Tunda Institute. Those who are around Tala, you know very well that Tunda Institute is along the Kinyoi Road. So yeah, that is what you expected from me. This Benevolance. I also want to teach Irene how to add something we call, but no, I don't want to do that for today. But for the benefit of this tutorial, remember, there is what we call blending. But though I wanted to do it as a whole course or as a whole sub course, but for today, for the purpose of Irene and other students who may be following this very keen, let me just do it briefly, but I will have a new course on the same. So blending is just coming to this text, selecting star on this text, and coming here, selecting on the right button of mouse, and the blending, going to go just direct to blending. So when you go to blending, here is where you put whichever colors, whichever types of slides you want for your text. So if, for example, I click here, I must also click here. So if for example I click here and this is not ticked, then I cannot also make the setting. So if you click here, you have also to click here. So when you do that, you can simply go direct to distance and start minimizing. As you minimize, you can start looking at what changes are happening on the text. You can just try to minimize them. Like for example, in this case, you can change the color to be white and also try to observe it, how it is playing. So I'll just do a bit of games to maybe make things cool here. White is challenging me, a bit challenging me. So I'll have to look. Oh wow, this has just been good. So I'll just leave it there. I'll press OK, and then I come again, Benevolence. I don't know whether I need a lot of settings for Benevolence. So I just select blending and select that option of drop shadow. Remember, there are sometimes you will see things like this one, for example, things like this one. So you can just be worried, how are they done? So they are done in here. So after that, you have to select, you change the color here. You can just start playing around with the colors and seeing what is good for you. So next time you see something like this, don't just panic and ask teacher, how was this done? It was done as simple as that. But for today, I'll not use the red color. I'll not use even whichever color. I'll just leave it like that. because I want to do something cool and similar to the tutorial that we had made on an earlier version. So after that, I'll just go direct to, I want to add something we call M-Pesa. Remember, these are fund drive, and I know some people will be using M-Pesa to do some deposits. So I'll just go direct to M-Pesa. After going direct to M-Pesa, I'll direct add an icon. You can just add an icon, or you can start with the word M-Pesa, and you will go direct to the color. You can choose whichever color is good for you. But for M-Pesa, Safaricom, we have Safaricom green. That is what they are using for M-Pesa. So I'll use that color. I'll minimize my text to fit whatever things I want to do. I'll put it somewhere like there. Yeah, something like there, cool. I want to draw a box. Remember, I told you in the previous tutorial, you can just simply go to the previous tutorial and read what we did on adding shapes, because this is very common. In the meantime, you can just subscribe to our channel. You can like, comment, and share, and you will be doing us good. So adding shape has been as simple as this. So I'll just come here. I want to add a rounded rectangle too, and then I will draw something like that. Remember, I want something to add the phone number of this pastor. So I'll just draw something there. This pastor has an Arambe, so he wants us to draw something like a poster. So I want to use something similar to Safaricom green. So I will use this green because I don't want it deep. I will again come here, but I wanted to allow. No. Let me just use it like that. So what I'll do, I just select here and come here and add a text. So I write 072480548487. After that, I will minimize the text to fit in the box. And then I will change the color. To white, so that you can see well. You can even change to red. Oh no. You can put it. Let us put it to white, and then I'll come here to character and do some spacing. I really don't concentrate so much on character because today I also do a tutorial about character. Remember, that is what we were about to do before we did this part of video, but I'll make sure that we do a tutorial on character, because by that we will be studying very well. Have you ever wondered again and again, how are these things done? You can change and play around these colors. You can just put whichever you think is good for you, but for me, black, white. Yeah, for me, I'll work with white. So yes, wait, 0724805487. After that, you can just think of adding whichever things you want to add. Remember, this tutorial is just something cool, so you can add as many things as you want. Like for example, I want to add Benlix Media logo, so I come here and select best. I'll drop it something cool here like there. I'll crop it to fit the corner, and then after that I'll tick OK. So after ticking OK, I'll just go direct to where? Sorry, my computer is a bit misbehaving, so I will address something cool now. So okay, you can just put this logo here, Benlix Media, or you can also okay, there's something I've not added here. I'm being reminded of something I've not added here, and that something I've not added is a picture. I can just use this one. Okay, I can just put that picture there and do that. How is it? It's fine. So we can leave that one there, or we can put it here. Yes. There. Okay. Okay, so Irene is helping me to play around with pictures. You can even use any picture. You can even delete this one. But for now, let me just show you how to do something about changing fonts and the colors. You see, this tutorial is just for education purpose, so you can just play around whichever way you want. You can just put the images whichever area you want. Yes, I want to. You can just play around with things whichever way you want. But for today, this is cool. Okay. So you can just add them whenever you want. But remember, the bad side of doing things like this is you will always need to have so many details to add here and here and here. But there's no problem. You can just play around with them how you want. Like now, this area is free. I don't know what we can put here because we have less detail. So I'll go back again. I'll go back again. I'll go back again. I'll go back again. I will undo again. I'll do again. I will undo again. I will do again. I will undo again. I will undo again. I will undo. I will undo again. I will undo again. Undoing, remember, is just but going back to the previous step that you was. So I don't think this is good here. I don't think this is good here. It is not fitting well. Let me just stop it here. It is a bit good. Okay, you can just do as many things as you want. You can just play around with these things as you want. You can just play around with this thing as you want. And just duplicate by pressing Ctrl J and carry this one to this end. You can just do anything. Remember, you are the end of this tutorial, or you are the end of this design, and you can just do anything. So you can just do anything. You can just do anything. So again, I want to appreciate you for working up with me and just helping me to do the tutorial. So kindly do subscribe and give us a like, a thumb up, comment, share, and all stuff good. Also, I know some of my students are asking, teacher, why did you not did some background design? But for this tutorial, I told you I wanted a plain background. But also, if you wanted a background, remember it is very simple. You just carry a background and drop it, and try to shift, drop. As simple as that. I have to minimize some light here, so I'll minimize the opacity. The opacity is what enables the picture or the picture to be as light as it is. So I'll tick there and select here brightness. I want to add some brightness to my face. Remember, my face is black, so I'll tick OK. I wanted it like that. So remember, you can just use it whichever way you want, but for this tutorial, as I told you, you can just make it something cool like that. Light bar. It is appearing smart, huh? But luminosity is working better. That one. Okay. That one. That one. So remember, you can just play around with it whichever type you want. But for today, let us just stop there. Remember, Sila Garden is located somewhere cool around Kinyui Road. When you are on your right from Tala and Broadway, we just take this road ending to Sila Garden. So I'll just tick. I want to save this project, so I'll tick on File, Save As. I'll click where I want to save and do some JPEG. So I'll click Save. It tells me that there is another name, there is another image with that name, so I'll change the name. and write Benevolence or even Bene, and then I'll save. So before I saved, I remembered that I lowered the resolution. So I go back to image. I'll go back to image, and then I'll come here, resolution, and then I'll type 300, and then OK. So I'll after that I'll do something we call finishing out with a video. But before I do that, let's just know that this tutorial was made for the purpose of learning, and it was made for the purpose of studying. So feel good, just feel smart to watch our video and rewatch again. In case you need something designed like this one, you can send us your email and your details on info@Benlix Media or Benlix Media, Irene@Benlix Media, and all those names, and then we will be able to get in touch to you. You can also reach us via 0724 805 487. After that, we'll get to you and design you something cool, and then you will enjoy smart services from Benelix Media. From where? What did I say? Where did I say it? I said from Benelix Media. Bye.